Coach Ray was saying, "I know my risk. I know my risk."
The
I was
mantra,
just
yeah.
right.
Let
I
it
know
play
my
out.
risk.
Let it play out. You already assume the risk when you put the trade on, right?
That's correct. You got in the trade to make money, didn't you?
Uh, JD, I was just
Exactly.
in a session. I was just in a session with your dad, JD, in Discord, and he was in an S&P short, and he's just like, you know what? I'm either gonna win this trade or I'm gonna lose this trade, but I'm not gonna move my stop because I don't know shit. I'm just like I love it. He was risking $100, and he says, "I'm either gonna win or lose, but I'm not gonna move my stop because I don't know shit." And I'm just like, that's kind of the way you have to trade, right?
That's
We
the
don't know that
smartest
there's
Pretty
way to
much,
do
yeah.
it.
right.
The dumber you make it, the smarter you are.
It's like you gotta love Coach Jack.
Yep. Growing up, he always told
That's
me that
hilarious.
C students always made the best traders because sometimes they just don't give a shit, right? Uh,
Right.
you,
That's the
you
way I
get the
look at
doctors
it.
and
If somebody
professors in
asks me
here. Yeah.
something, I'll break it down in the C student's perspective because that's the only way you're gonna get it. That's the only way I got it.
Some people just can't handle being wrong. That's why they turn into disasters at trading, you know? They let ego take over and they just can't admit that they're on the wrong side of the market.
Yep.
And
Yeah, when you turn
they
that
are not
screen off, it turns into a mirror.
very true. That's a good one. I like that one too.
So whatever you did on that screen, brother, that was you.
100%. Seeing a little bit of size come back here. Keep flashing these 100 lots. 130 offered at 25,987.75 in the Nasdaq. We saw very similar yesterday, and the market had no problem trading these, right? So I think honestly, what I'm looking for is as the volume comes back in, towards the top of the hour, do we just continue the the zombie rally? Uh, Antonio back in the green on this trade. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to ask you, getting back into a trade. A lot of times traders will look at a market, you take a piece of it, you take the early piece of it, right? You got in, and then you look back afterwards at the end of the day, and you're just like, oh, damn it, I could have held it all day. You got out of this trade, you took profits, but you saw an opportunity to get back in. How often do you do that? And what thought process do you have for getting back into a trade that you've already gotten out of?
That one's tricky. I do it often, but sometimes it doesn't work in my favor.
Okay.
So the thought process is, what price did they leave where you got out of your trade? And was that a nice area for price to have any type of reactions, first and foremost? And then what reactions did you see at that price? So if I got out of this trade, I mean, just up under, because we have this 5 minute order block here around 435 to 340. 435 down to 340 is a 5 minute order block to the downside. So I
Okay.
saw that that was something that may it's and that's also under VWAP. So what what did price do at that area? It started to move back down to the downside or show signs of weakness in the buying. So okay, cool. Let me get out here. Now, out when I get out here, what is price doing in that area? And it looks like it wants to go back up, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does,
Right.
maybe it doesn't. Risk is defined. We'll see what it does, and then we just react at that point to what price is doing. That doesn't make me get into a short trade by any
Right.
means.
Good point.
Just getting
Good.
back in. What did price do in the area where you got out, and was that a reaction area? What is laying in that, in that area for price? Is there anything you can look at that might help you pinpoint something to trigger a buy or a sell in that area?
Nice.
This one triggered a
Uh,
buy.
So what I'm hearing from that explanation is you had another valid trade set up, right? A lot of times what happens is I got in, I got out, I took my profits. I'm happy with where I took my profits. And what we have to do as a trader is whatever decision we decide to make, we have to live with that decision. You're not looking at this and saying, hey, I could have made more money, so now I have to find a way to make more money. There's another trade set up here.
No.
Now we don't guarantee whether or not this one is going to work or not, but you took another trade because you see more room up, and the charts validated what you're looking for. A lot of times when we get
Correct. So the
into,
first
oh
trade,
man,
the first trade was the high probability one, and this one the probability is a little less.
okay, because we've already seen most of the move that you were looking for to the upside, but still seeing some room to the upside.
Correct.
So why not take another part of it if it is going to continue? Good stuff, Antonio.
Correct.
What I like also is that you're up about $600 on the day, and even if this trade stops
Yeah.
you out,
Mhm.
if you look at this as one trade idea, then
Yeah.
you know overall that trade idea is still valid, and it's still a winning trade, right? Not going to turn into a losing day at that point. So good stuff here.
Correct.
Mhm.
Let's see here. House count